his body, then look at his arms. Like how thin they are.
And just knock him over. Let's open the box. So here's the fun bit. You got all this like sliding stuff you can do. That's SpongeBob's tongue, by the way, if you can't tell over the Skype call, Will. Or if you can't tell, you beautiful audience watching at home. This is SpongeBob's massive tongue. And we're gonna do that one more time, just because there's an alternate route that I didn't take.
Okay. Show me the secret path.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it.
There's a little fork in the trail up here. Gotta do a little hop. There we go.
Ooh. Where's this go?
Takes us to a sock, which I can only assume SpongeBob licked up with his giant tongue. And then we got that other sock up here. Woohoo! This might be the first 100% Let's Play on our channel.
Yeah.
Just because I know where everything is. Everything in the early bits. Because here's my deal with this game when I was younger. The PS2 was the second console I ever had, and I guess the first one I ever owned. The first one I ever had would be an N64. That was my father's.
Yeah.
And so I had this game on PS2, and I adored it, as I do to this day. But, you know, as a young kid without a stable income, I would have to trade games that I had beaten in order to get new games and get new experiences and all that. So I would trade this game in and then buy other games, and then a day would go by and I would desperately miss this game, and I would go back to the local GameStop or whatever, trade back in the new game that I bought, and probably like 6 others, because GameStop really does not pay fairly for used games. And then I would just buy this game back, and then I would just play it again. And then I would beat it, and then I would delete my save and then start all over.
I'm done with a couple games. Like, they're fun, but when you beat them, you're just like, oh, I want to do this again.
That's how I was with XCOM Enemy Unknown a couple years back. But that's...
I did that with Metal Gear Solid 4,
right.
Red Dead, like 3 times.
What I would say is different about XCOM is that, you know, the enemy arrangements and stuff like that vary so much game to game that it's sort of new every time. This is literally just the identical game over and over. That you would have to be a psychopath to play even more than once.
True.
I think we switched to Patrick now.
Hey, SpongeBob.
Dude, I don't even want to play as Patrick. I don't want to see the horrible
weird.
patience.
Well,
I forget how he slides down things. I think he's just on his back.
Well, the robots and
Belly.
Oh yeah, I found this.
Oh, he throws things too. That's his special ability.
It's important.
Thanks, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, I
I tell
forgot.
you what,
This
all
puzzle
that
can't
running
be
around
fixed.
has left me pooped.
Yeah, he's too weak. Look at those little noodle arms.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's on drugs.
Yeah, now we're Patrick. First spatula is Patrick.
He just falls down. collapses.
Hey, SpongeBob! I found a spatula!
Remember the episode of SpongeBob where he's in Jellyfish Fields and he falls off a cliff, and his top of his head gets replaced with brain coral. He's smart.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do remember that. That's terrifying. He just gets a piece of coral wedged into his skull.
Yeah, basically.
This is disgusting. Who's this guy? Get out of here. This
Who
is
is
a
that
bus
guy?
stop. I don't know. They're just hanging out over here, I guess. So much
Why?
tutorial. Oh my god. Alright, so to summarize, this is a bus stop. You can switch characters at a bus stop, just like that. But we need Patrick right now, so switch back. The other tutorial was saying that I can pick up fruit, and then I can throw it to higher areas, and then I can go back again, and I can pick it back up, and then throw it
Why is there
another time.
watermelons?
Oh no, dude, that's not watermelon, that's throw fruit.
Please don't tell me that's what they called it.
That's what they called it. And you throw fruit so that you can catapult yourself off of a little Patrick catapult.
Fresh from Jellyfish Fields.
Exactly.
Your spookiness.
Huh?
Remember that episode?
No.
When they thought they killed Patrick? Or,
Oh,
they thought they killed Squidward.
oh Squidward, yeah.
And he had powder all over him. And he was there doing whatever he told him to do.
So these are basically the TNT blocks from Crash Bandicoot. Instead of a handy little countdown timer, They just get angry and summon a storm.
Hey, you barnacle head!
Oh,
Watch
okay.
where you going!
Well,
The rock is talking
what
to
are
me.
the like? What are those
Almighty
boxes
rock,
with like
I am
faces?
at your command.
Just tikis?
Down here!
Kinda like
you
Squidward's
big
house, but tiny.
lummox.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Plankton. Are you going to vaporize me
Oh, what is...
today?
Yeah, Skype wants me to sign into iTunes. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I can't see.
So
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
tempting.
there's a pop-up.
Unfortunately, I found myself in the undesirable position of having to assist you.
I was in an undesirable position yesterday.
Oh.
And now my
Um,
neck hurts.
Alright, Patrick.
Heed my words.
Did you read that well?
my large future minion.
Barely.
To Jellyfish
He's like,
Cave.
I was in an
Follow the
undesirable
instructions on the
position
signs
yesterday,
that you see.
and now my
At the
neck
end of the
hurts.
caves, you'll still be a big pink idiot, but you'll know enough to help
That's
defeat
nice.
the robots and get me back into the
Oh,
chum
my
bucket.
I love the episode where like his parents are coming to his
Well,
rock,
then will you vaporize me?
Yeah.
and so he like tries to clean. He tries to like sweep all the sand out of his house. And it's just, it's just all sand.
What else is there?
I actually, you know, like how he has like furniture built out of sand and stuff like that, like a sand TV. Back when I used to live in the neighborhood up in Wilmington, not Wilmington, Leland, whatever, Waterford.
Yeah.
You know, I'm explaining to you more than I need to, just because the audience.
I got you.
But when I used to live in Waterford, they had like that whole area that like forks out of the main road. That's just like the new region where it's that's where they were like building new houses like continually. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So they had like a bunch of model homes and a lot of construction sites and stuff like that. And in one of the construction sites, they had like just a big sand pit. So like me and all my step siblings and stuff. Ooh, that was weird. Me and all my step siblings and stuff. Yeah. We would go over to this sand pit because it was like fall or something, or summer, I don't know, some season when they weren't actively constructing this house.
Yeah.
And we would go over there and we would just play in the sand, and we turned it into like basically like a World War I trench, but with like shelves.
What?
Like we made like little like cup holder things and stuff like that, because it was like really like, I don't know, thick sand.
Okay.
Shit.
Was it moon sand?
It felt like it. Like there was enough moisture in it that it would like hold its shape, and then it would dry out, and then basically be like,
Clay?
yeah,
Got you.
just like stay preserved. What was the point of this fruit? What did I need it for?
I don't know.
Because there's no way I can carry it across all of this in time.
Why not?
Also, what are these spikes? What does this? Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Ah. Yeah, what was the point of that
Forget
one
your throw fruit.
Let's throw it at that big... Oh, I want the exploding one. The boom tiki. Thunder tiki, that's what they call it. Bam. Oh, okay. Got it.
I was like, what? Didn't go to it first.
Yeah, I don't know what those, like, big Mickey Mouse gloves are, either.
I don't know. Dude. It's Master Hand.
God.
Crossover.
You know what? I could see SpongeBob showing up in, like, Super Smash Brothers or something.
That would be cool.
You know what they should have done, like, back in the day is, like, a Super Smash Brothers style game, but, like, with the Nicktoons?
They had,
Because, like, in the early 2000s, they had a bunch of, like, Nicktoon crossover games.
yeah, I actually had one. What was it called?
I'd love to get my hands on a couple. Those would be fun Let's Plays.
I forget what it was called, dude, but I had the game and I played it.
I remember one called Nicktoons Unite,
I don't think that was the one I had.
and then there was, like,
Dude,
there was one with a volcano.
Oh god.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it, like, centered around a big volcano.
Yeah. I forget what it was called, dude. But yeah, it was a pretty fun game.
It's weird, like, the Freezy Fruit is just a big ice cube that freezes all the goo.
Freezy fruit.
Yeah. Does that look like fruit to you? Not to me, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Dude, they nailed the names of the game.
Nailed it. What was I saying? Yeah, it was weird, like, the the roster of Nicktoons, like the way it changed over time. Because for a while you would have stuff like the Rocket Power Kids and all that. They were Nicktoons, but then they sort of like shuffled them out eventually. Same with like the Wild Thornberries.
Oh yeah, that's what happens, man.
And eventually Nick just got to the point where they had Nick cartoons, but they weren't Nicktoons anymore. They just sort of got rid of that brand.
Yeah.
If you look at their more modern
I miss all
cartoons.
the old Nicktoons.
Me too. Danny Phantom was awesome.
Dude, yeah, Danny Phantom.
I'd love like more Danny Phantom in my life. Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to pick up one of these robots. First, I have to belly flop this
super
thing.
old, like, Nicktoons, like Ren and Stimpy.
I don't even. Those might even predate like the Nicktoons name. I think.
Probably. Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah, I think.
That was Nicktoons.
I don't know. Those definitely predate me, like as a person.
Yeah. I mean, I still remember watching it.
Was Invader Zim considered a Nicktoon?
I'm pretty positive.
I don't know, because I don't feel like he was in like any of those crossover games.
I thought he was.
I don't know. You know, honestly, I suspect Invader Zim might have only gotten popular like long after the show ended.
Probably.
Because it only ran for that one season.
Yeah, I know, dude.
It's an awesome.
It's a great
season.
show, though.
Yeah.
I love the show.
So there's a secret sock back there that I noticed. I'm gonna grab that. This freezy freeze. Oh, come on.
Another, Nick show. I used to love those. Two Angry Beavers.
I saw a little bit of that. I don't remember it all that much.
I remember watching it, like, all the time.
What was the show about, like, those three, like, mean cats?
Cat Scratch.
Cat Scratch? And there was the other show about sort of cats, Cat Dog.
Cat Dog, yeah. Dude, freaking Cat Dog.
Cat Dog's terrifying. It's like, what if cat and also dog? And they just hate each other.
Ahoy there!
Remember that show,
Squidward tells
Real
me you're looking
Monsters?
for the king jellyfish.
Yes?
I think I saw that a little. That wasn't something I watched a whole lot.
That monster has been sticking
weird,
all my
it was a
good
weird show.
customers in their poop decks.
What
I
about,
hear if you can find him up top
My
of
Life
the
as a
bar
Teenage
auction here.
Robot?
Go hook that beast, sailor.
Or My Teenage Robot Life, is that what it was called?
No, it was My Life as a Teenage Robot. Yeah. That was a cool show.
That's a weird one, because, like, it had a weird, like, 1950s Art Deco art style. Like,
Yeah,
it looked like a Norman Rockwell painting, but
Yeah.
animated.
It was a cool show, though.
It's probably the earliest instance I can remember of a female-led cartoon, like, for my generation. Obviously, there's stuff before that, like Jim and the Holograms from the 80s and just infinite things, but for my, like, personal generation, yours and mine, Will, it's like, I really don't remember a female-centric show like that wasn't, like, just Barbie. Just something, like, awful. It's just like, oh, everything important to girls is clothes and the makeups and,
Yeah.
you know, just everything that, like, reinforces just this gross cultural image of what a girl is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch a show called Totally Spies? This isn't a Nicktoon, but it was, I think, Cartoon Network. That's a similar thing, where it's like, they are that sort of, like, stereotypical girls by day, but then, like, they have basically Alfred Pennyworth from Batman, but he just, like, calls them up and then they're spies for a while. Just do spy stuff.
I do remember the spy show that came on Nickelodeon. It was Secret Show.
Secret Show. I don't remember that.
It's called The Secret Show. Dude, I used to freaking love that show. There was like rabbits that were like in the show that you would like have to find. You were watching it?
Rabbits?
Yeah. There would be like rabbits in the show that you would like have to find.
That is very weird.
Yeah. Like the show would just like happen like normally, but then in like the background somewhere you could see like a rabbit. And there was like 3 rabbits or something in each of the shows. But then there was like a spider, like a small black spider that you would like be looking for the whole show. Yeah.
I don't know if you caught it, but I think I cheated.
What did you do?
I climb like those floating tikis in that back corner and skip like everything below me right now. Like all that stuff with Mrs. Puff.
Mrs. Puff.
So I'm just gonna hop down there because I don't believe I'm supposed to be here.